Are you guys ready for a desk tour? We got that coming up, but first, new office means we need a new intro. What's up guys, and welcome to TopShelf Media. So like I mentioned, we will be doing a desk tour today, and I know the plan was to do an office tour, but there just hasn't been enough done in this room to make it worth doing a full office tour. And actually the only things on the wall are my desk, my monitor, and a charging station that I have over there. So we will be doing a full office tour later this year, but for now we're going to do a desk tour, and to do that we need to start with what I sit on. Oh, before we get to that, this video is not sponsored by any of the brands or products that I talk about today. I purchased all these products and all the opinions are my own. I will put links down in the description if you want to go check those out. Let's get to the chair. I'm using the GTRacing Chair. It's available on Amazon at the time of recording this video for $150. It does come with some assembly required, but it really wasn't too bad. I am loving this chair, and you know, I was planning on getting a Secret Labs Titan chair, but they are so expensive and I needed to save money somewhere in this office because I bought an expensive monitor. So for a relatively inexpensive chair, this is great. I love the pillow and lumbar support. It can also lay all the way back and has a footrest. Now, there are a few issues that I have with it. I want to replace the wheels eventually. They are kind of cheap, and as you can see, they are really dirty, and I don't want them scratching the floor. Also, that. I don't know if it's something that I did wrong when I put it together or if it's a design flaw, but being that I shoot videos in this chair, it's really annoying if one, that comes through on a video that I don't catch and you guys hear that. Also, if I have to start and stop a video recording about 1,000 times because that keeps happening. It's just kind of annoying. So now let's move on to my desk. And my dad and I built this desktop, so it's not perfect, but you know what? It works. I started by mounting these brackets from Rockler to the wall with 4 1.5-inch screws, and yes, I am planning on painting the screws black. Now, to get to this point, we started with a sheet of 3/4-inch white oak plywood, then we ripped it in half, glued it and screwed it together to make an 1.5-inch desktop. From there, we trimmed it to size, then I hit it with a sander for a couple quick passes with 150 and 220 grit sandpaper, being careful not to take too much off the top, just to smooth it out. We did a quick test fit to make sure our measurements were correct. Then I hit it with a stain. And some of you might not agree with me doing this to white oak, but it's not your desk, plus it was plywood. But anyway, I hit it with a stain, let it dry, and did 4 coats of this wipe-on poly. After that, I attached it to the brackets and we were good to go. I think the desk turned out really nice. I'm happy with it, and I'm not a professional woodworker. So if you're thinking about doing a project like this, make sure you check out some other YouTube videos of people who, do this for a living. Don't just go off of mine. But for now, let's move on to the most expensive part of my desk, other than my laptop, my monitor. This is the Samsung 34-inch S65UA ultra-wide curved monitor. And I have it attached to the wall using a Mounting Dream TV mount. The mount was $21 on Amazon, but the monitor was $700. This is a Type-C monitor, so it can display my MacBook Pro using just one cable. It also has HDMI, DisplayPort, and LAN, as well as a headphone jack and 3 USB ports. It has a refresh rate of 100 Hz and uses HDR10 and FreeSync, which is awesome when I decide to take a break and do some gaming on my PS4. Obviously, if you're going to game on this monitor, you can choose between auto aspect ratio or a wide aspect ratio. So this is just what those two kind of look like. Not really a review of that, but thought I'd throw it in here. But all in all, I am happy with this purchase. The picture is great, and after using ultra wide, I don't know if I could go back. Now, one thing I was pleasantly surprised about when I did have my PS4 hooked up to this monitor was just the sound I was getting by playing it through the system. And no, it's not because of the monitor. This monitor doesn't actually have built-in speakers, but it's because of what's plugged into the monitor, and that are these Edifier bookshelf speakers. And I don't know if it's Edifier or Edifier, but these speakers are great. They have 2 line inputs as well as an optical, but they can also do Bluetooth. Now, I noticed that the Bluetooth connection wasn't great when I had my phone hooked up to it, but I'm really not that worried about that because I'll just play Spotify through my computer. Controlling my laptop when using this monitor are my peripherals. For my keyboard, I'm rocking the Corsair K55. This is a fairly inexpensive keyboard that still allows you to utilize RGB and some customizable features, but doesn't have the price tag of some of those other keyboards. One thing that sold me was the G buttons on the side of the keyboard that are customizable through the Elgato app. Also, I didn't want a keyboard that was super clicky. Next up, we have my mouse, and I'm using the Logitech MX Master 3. There's a lot of hype around this mouse on YouTube, so I figured I would give it a shot, and it did not disappoint. I love the feel of the two scroll wheels, as well as having the two buttons below that thumb wheel that allow me to undo and redo. This mouse really is great. Sitting under both of those is my mouse pad, and this one is from Bladehawks, and I got it because it was inexpensive and still had RGB. Granted, I rarely have it plugged in, but it's nice to know I have it if I want it. The USB cord can come completely disconnected, so when I'm not using it, I don't have to have the cord on my desk. Overall, I like the feel and the build quality of this mouse pad, and over the last month, it has held up really well. And of course, I'm using my Elgato Stream Deck Mini. I did a video on that a while back, so if you want to go check that out, I'll link it up in the YouTube card. You can check that out after this video. I do plan on getting the regular Elgato Stream Deck because I need more buttons. Another piece of tech that I have on my desk that I've already done a video on is the Google Nest Hub. And this is not the same hub from that video, but Best Buy was having a sale. They were going for about $50, so I couldn't help myself. And to be honest, with it on my desk, I use the touchscreen way more often than I do in the living room. Also, this hub allows me to quickly control the lights in my office. One of which being the accent light behind my desk there. That is a C by GE, now known as Sync light strip. And I've done a video on that as well, so I'll link that up for you too. Okay, so now for just a few miscellaneous things that I have on my desk. First up, I'm using this 12 South laptop stand just to get my laptop up and out of the way. I didn't want it laying on the desk taking up space, so I figured getting it up vertically off the desk would be awesome. Also, I love the look of the stand. It's simple, it's easy. I would have loved it to be in black, so I might just spray paint it black, but it looks fine. I have 3 USB extenders that run through my wall from my monitor. One is for the Unitek card reader that is attached to the underside of my desk right up front on my right side, so it's easy to access. The second is for the USB hub from Anker that I have sitting on my desk. This is used for flash drives and portable hard drives that I use on a regular basis. The third one just has my keyboard plugged into it. It was supposed to be another hub for my keyboard, mouse, and possibly the Stream Deck, but the hub isn't working properly, so I will be replacing it. The last cable as of now is a Type-C cable made by Neewer. I honestly don't know how to say their name, but I needed a cable that was long enough to go through the wall from my monitor to my laptop. Not only to power my laptop, but to also display it on the monitor. And after trying 2 others, this was the one I landed on. And finally, the in-wall cable concealers from EchoStar. And I don't have the faces on there yet because this material is actually really stiff and I can barely get my finger through here. So I figured running cables and then trying to feed them through here would be super difficult and really just be a headache. So I figured I'm gonna leave them off until I have all the cables run, and then I'll slide all the cables through here and put these in. So that's not gonna happen until I get the TV hung up and the cables run for that. And that's gonna do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this desk tour. There's still a bit to do in this office, but I'm happy with the progress. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing and ringing that bell to get notified when I post new content. If you like this video and want to see more videos from me, YouTube thinks you like that one right there, so go check that out. Keep an eye out for my office tour video, and I'll see you in the next one.